What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Madden Academy. My name is Civics, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a mini scheme out of the Jags offensive playbook. Um, I'm going to be showing you the bunch tight end weak formation. Now, recently, or probably a couple weeks ago, we got a playbook update to the game. So, Jags specifically hasn't really gotten, it didn't really get too much. They got this wing halfback weak close, which I'd probably have to look into a bit more, to be honest. I don't know. I just don't really see the potential in that really. Probably could be decent. And then there's this bunch tight end week. Now this bunch tight end week, I'm not gonna say it's like the best formation in the game or anything, but I think it's a pretty good, like I said, a mini scheme to either go to for a couple of drives, or even if you can make it difficult enough to stop, maybe even throughout most of your games, you could use this formation a lot. So I just really like this formation to mix in here and there. So I'm going to be showing you just about all the plays pretty much, but these are going to be multiples, spacing X wheel, motion flood H sneak, mainly for this. Um, you see the running back is going to the opposite side of the field. That's called, I believe it's called a crab route. So really, that route is really going to be the main reason you have this play. The rest are going to kind of going to be hot routed. Motion snag under. This is more of like a red zone play. You could either have that, or you could put what is it, mesh X post. You could put one of those two, but I like motion snag under because I feel like it's a pretty good red zone play, so I like to audible through it in the red zone, and then along with RPO read bubble. Now this isn't as good as the bunch tight end RPO. It's slightly worse, just slightly easy to guard. Um, it's really kind of just decent. It's not the best, but can get you can be hard to stop depending on who you're playing against. So um decent RPO, and then you have duo and a yeah, you have a duo and then a halfback draw. So the run game is honestly pretty solid out of this formation, and then you have this motion escort halfback base. So you can definitely you should be able to run pretty well against like a dollar with like this halfback base, or the duo works decent against dollar, I feel like, and the halfback draw the same. So decent run game, and yeah, that's gonna be it. So I'm gonna start the first play. The first play I'm gonna show you is gonna be mesh X post. Now this play is gonna be very well against a cover three, so we're just gonna set that up. This is basically a look you'd see out of dollar or with hard flats, either way. Um, but all you're gonna want to do on offense is streak triangle, streak X, and then puts stem down square. You'll see it's like a stem down corner route. So this play, that corners pretty well, and then you can either put your running back on an in route or a table route. Kind of just depends. If they're running like a man zone kind of hybrid, like they're manning some people up, I'd probably put them on the in route just in case. And if they're running like a lot of zone, then you want to keep them honest to the flats with the table route. So you'll see, I'm just gonna get on the D line here. You'll see when I snap, we're able to hit the tight end and the seam. Right, I got screamed at pretty fast. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's gonna show this again. Um, yeah, so you'll see we have the tight end in the seam immediately, and on the other side of the field, we're gonna have a we're gonna have triangle also on a seam streak. So now if you're playing somebody good, this play can be kind of easy to stop because most people would switch stick the inside third, and then it takes a bit of adjusting. That's what really makes this play good. You really can't just come out and like a cover three. You need to switch stick the right things. You definitely need to make like know what you're doing to guard this play. So right there you even see we can actually drop the ball there on that stem down corner, but see the stem down corner is open too. I'm just gonna throw one more time. So you see she dropped it there. Right there, you just gotta wait a bit longer. See the stem down corner gets right over the hard flats, and then and yeah, the tape route's honestly kind of like I said to just keep them honest to the flats, but if you notice, obviously, like they're not putting flats on the right side, maybe using that slot DB to man the tight end up or something like that, then you can attack that side with your running back. So like with this end route. So like I said, really just either or both. I like both pretty well, but yeah, it's gonna be the first play. All right, so for the next play, it's gonna be motion flood H sneak. Now this play is honestly pretty well against really any coverage. If you ever feel like like a first down or something, and you just want to call a good play, this is probably something I'd like. This is something I'd personally like to go to. You'll see. So this is gonna be against a cover three hard flat. Actually, I was on the user there, so I'm gonna reset that play. But just get on the D line. But yeah, so your main reads are really gonna be. I'd look at R1 immediately just to see, if that seam streak is open. You'll see right here. Yeah, so right there, not really open. Honestly, kind of hard to hit the seam right there from this from where the route is on this field. I mean, from where this route is on the field. You just gotta wait a little. You just gotta wait a second longer if it's if it's inside third. If it's a quarter, it's just simply not gonna be open. So yeah, so inside third can be a touchdown. If it's a quarter, it just won't be open. So that's when you look at your other reads. You'll see we get the tight end there. And right there, my post through the middle actually got bumped. That's not gonna happen a lot. Just it's unfortunate. It happens. It just happens in this game. Not really something you can stop. So right there, you see we could get the post right over top too. You can easily cut that up for even more yards. And then this tight end, I mean this running back route just does well at um flooding, this right side of the field with all these other routes. So say they curl flat this guy or this slot DB for the tight end, then that's where you watch your running back and the tight end, and then you're able to hit your running back quick 4 to 5 yards and make a play where you'd probably just throw it away into something you can get quick yards on. So that's gonna be the second play. So now I'm just gonna show it against a cover three. I mean a cover four. So so yeah, say this is like a cover four with hard flats. This will actually actually be easier to attack since you don't have that hook there in the middle. So I can hit the post under the quarter. So probably wouldn't be as much yards, but it's still gonna be just as open, if not even more. So just gonna set up this cover four again. And yeah, so you see against the hard flats still we have this corner out. And even so right there you see the post is getting bumped. That can also work well for you because even obviously it's not supposed to happen, but say it does in a game, you can kind of just hit this drag right underneath. You see he gets bumped, but since he's bumping onto the post, we have the drag right underneath. Or you can also just stem up the post, because I am stemming it down. So if you stem it up a bit, it wouldn't, it wouldn't get bumped. So I'm just gonna show this. Um, this is just stem down one. See right there, it doesn't get bumped. And yeah, safety he has an X factor lit up, but yeah, if he didn't, it's gonna be a first down. So yeah, it's gonna be the second play. This next play we're gonna call is gonna be spacing X wheel, and all you're gonna want to do is slot fade triangle. I mean slot fade square, put triangle on a crosser, put R1 on a streak, and then put X on a return route. Now this play is really just a good play for if you any situation where you just want to call a good play. I think this play is really good for. You'll see. So I'm just gonna put a cover four on the field. I'll show you a cover four and then I'll show you a cover three. So so this is what it would look like against a cover four. You'll see we get you'll see we get the wheel route um wide open under the outside third. That's where you have that slot fade. And then if they switch stick that if you're playing a decent player, they'd probably switch stick or a good player, they'd probably switch stick the wheel route, And then you have the slot fade over top. That's what the slot fade is really there for, to make it to where you if they do just to make it to where they can switch stick it. So it makes it a slight harder read than if it was just a streak alone, but I think the slot fade even helps space the field a bit better, so that's why I like this. So yeah, see, we'll get this running back wheel. I don't know why he's like walking in free. Um, I'm only sending 3 people, so not sure why that's happening, but it's gonna set this up one more time. So yeah, see we get the running back streak. We also have the wheel from our inside receiver, and then we also have the return route open on this cover four. So it's just gonna be a base cover four, and yeah, once again does that. I'm not sure why he keeps doing that. Just put him in a. I'll just zone out this other linebacker actually. Yes, we're gonna do that again. Yes, I'm just gonna show you this return route. Actually, no. So yeah, you'll see when they do zone out both those guys on the or both the middle linebackers, and they do send 3 more people in coverage. That is the reason I'm showing this against Dollar because I feel like that's the best coverage defense right now. So all right, so yeah, actually I didn't have base pass protection on, so that's actually why he just kept coming in for no reason, and I have it on now. I'm not sure why my there now have base pass protection. That shouldn't happen anymore. So I'm gonna show us against the cover fours one more time. Okay, so the next play we're gonna go over is motion snag under. Now this play can be good on either just short down scenarios or just red zone in general. So yeah, this is mainly good against like a cover like a cover two than a Alright, so the next play I'm gonna be going over is gonna be motion snag under. Now these next 2 plays are really gonna be for more for red zone, so I'm gonna move it to I'm gonna switch to double mug because obviously that's a more common red zone defense than dollar. Dollar isn't the worst red zone defense. Kind of just depends on what you're going against. So this is gonna be better against like a cover two. So put square on a curl, stem him up once, put X on a drag, put triangle on a Texas, and then put circle on a wheel route. So yeah, what this is gonna do, you'll see this corner route does well like right there. The D line swats it, but you'll see the corner route does pretty well at getting under the cloud flat. So even if you don't get a touchdown, usually majority of the time, you get out at the 1 yard line or something like that. Even if you're closer, then it'd just be a touchdown. See right there, right under the cloud flat. See we're able to get that for a quick like 5 to 6 yards. And yeah, so it's probably not always a touchdown in the red zone. Honestly, just depends on where you call it from, but either way you can see every time I'm getting out at the 1 yard line, and then that's when you can either you know that's why it's just better closer because right here I'm at yeah, so I'm at the 10 yard line. So you'll see if we move it. So you'll see we move it a bit, just a bit forward, and yeah, you'll see now we're able to throw that past that cloud flat for the TD. Now right there, it's a bad secure catch animation, so he didn't get in bounds. But either way, right there again, there you see now we're able to get the touchdown. So it really just depends on where you call it from. But yeah, you'll see right here we're throwing this for the TD just about every time, and then the drag and the drag, the Texas and the wheel route just do well at spreading these zones in the middle. You'll see it. I'm able to throw the Texas. I'm able to throw the Texas to the middle. The wheel routes honestly just to keep them make sure they're still worrying about the flats. A lot of people would probably Yeah, the wheel routes honestly, the wheel routes mainly to spread the field rather than like actually get open. It's really just to spread the field for the drag and the Texas route. And then if it is open, then you have the flat. If not, then you have the drag and the Texas route. Right there, they get bumped. Now, it does happen sometimes, but not really the most common. So where it's something you should really be concerned about. Right there, even if they do, you see Silver throw the TD. So yeah, pretty good red zone play. Last play I'm going to be showing is just going to be this RPO. Now, this RPO, like I said, slightly easier to guard, but still a pretty good play. You'll see against man coverage, still going to be able to throw it easily for either a touchdown, if not just a good amount of yards on a short down. Now, what I wanted to show, obviously, it's pretty. The play itself is pretty self-explanatory, but you'll notice most routes in this game on most RPOs you can hot route. This one you can't hot route. So I'm going to show you how to hot route out of it. So if you come out in bunch X nasty and then just simply audible to the formation, then you'll notice now I'm able to hot route, whatever route I want. Now, why this is really good is really just to flat this outside guy because that makes this man coverage even like 10 times um just 10 times easier to beat out of this play. You'll see the man is usually just never going to be there. You'll see he's getting bumped. He's always and in the RPO it's kind of iffy if you're able to get in for the touchdown. Usually with this flat, you're going to get in for the TD, majority of the time. So that's really what this is good for. You usually also would probably want to run this to either. Probably really wouldn't matter too much, but I'd probably run it to the wide side of the field just so you can have that space to catch the flat and cut in for a touchdown. You don't want to have to, um, get pushed out of bounds on like a third or fourth down on a third down or something, and now you're on fourth when you can just get a free touchdown. So that's pretty that's pretty much that play. And you can also keep the RPO, but yeah, I don't really do that too much. The handoff is kind of decent. It's all right. It's not the best. That's honestly what makes the RPO kind of mid, is that the handoff isn't really the best. So it's kind of just easier to users. So you really just gotta watch out, for like a user to before you throw it. That's gonna be it for this video. If you're looking to get better at Madden, make sure to go to the Madden Academy in the description for ebooks and courses. And if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and suggest what you'd like to see next.